Hello, welcome. Poetry changes lives. Poetry and history and a thought for the day, every day, day after day. It's a book you can dip into every day of the year. Poetrychangeslives.com, of course, is the website where you can read all about it and buy the book if you wish. It's available direct from Amazon as well, of course. On this day, in 1564, one of the greatest scientists of all time was born, Galileo Galilei, the man who got into trouble with the Roman Catholic Church because he really proved that the Earth was not the center of the universe. He wasn't the first man to prove it. Copernicus, in the century before, had already proved that. But nevertheless, the Roman Catholic Church were determined to stick to the old biblical ruling that the Earth was the center of everything. Galileo got into trouble with the Catholic Inquisition, you know, that body that sat in judgment on people's beliefs. And Galileo was told that he must abstain completely from teaching or defending this doctrine and opinion, or from discussing it at all. And a decade later, he was placed under house arrest for the rest of his life by the Inquisition, which was a pretty terrible judgment and very difficult for Galileo, of course. Meanwhile, in England, the Protestant metaphysical poet John Donne was writing lines that he was well aware of, the heliocentric universe, the sun being at the center of everything. And he was quite insightful about it all. Here's his poem, The New Philosophy, which I think he's a very great poet, John Donne, of course. The new philosophy calls all in doubt. The element of fire is quite put out. The sun is lost, and the earth, and no man's wit can well direct him where to look for it. And freely men confess that this world's spent, when in the planets and the firmament they seek so many new, they see that this is crumbled out again to his atomies. Have not all souls thought for many ages that our body is wrought of air and fire and other elements? And now they think of new ingredients, and one soul thinks one, and another way another thinks, and 'tis an even lay. In other words, an even lay, sort of even chances that things might be one way or another. Today I remember that there are still huge questions to which we have no answer. And when I look at the stars, I remind myself that we live and are just a very small part of a very vast and joined up universe. Thanks for listening.